Hello my angels, welcome back. Hello my angels, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, this week has been totally different for everything that I've put on my channel on the wonderful Life of Dolly. There's been no Dolly's reviews, there's been no Dolly's dailies, and also this week you will notice that on Sunday there will be no vlog. It's taken me a few times to actually record this video. I've gone over things in my head, I've gone over things that should I say, shouldn't I say, but as October in the UK it is National Mental Health Month, I thought I would do a video just dedicated to my mental health journey. I have been on one, I'm still on one, and it's taken 41 years to get to where I am right now, which is sometimes happy, which is hopefully what you see on my channel, but I am on a mental health journey. I've had quite a few things happen to me. I know that I have put it out there of the loss that me and Steve had in 2018, and again somewhere along here I'll put the video of that. It was in a weekly vlog so I'll put out there, you know, that me and Steve lost a baby in 2018, and of course that's going to affect your mental health. Of course it would. You know, it would be delusional to think that it wouldn't. I am really nervous about saying this, but also I was sexually abused as a child. I have been physically abused by one of my husbands. I have been verbally abused and somewhat mentally abused by another husband. I've been let down by parents, step parents, and I have been let down by siblings. So because of that has brought me here today with mental health issues. I do suffer with depression. I have bouts of depression. I'm not lying on my channel when you see the vlogs or you see the reviews. Those are good days, and that's when I video. But I want to be, again, transparent with everybody here and say that that's not the total of me. Like I said, I have good days and I have bad days. When I record the wonderful Life of Dolly, when I record the vlogs, the reviews, the Dolly's dailies, the Dolly's snippies, they are good days. But like a picture, it's only a snippet, and this is another snippet of my life. I will say over the last 2 weeks I've had a bad 2 weeks. I don't know why. I can't put my finger and say it's because of this reason or because of that reason, but yeah, at the moment I'm not going through a good space. I haven't sought medical help. I have done in the past. I have been on depression tablets in the past. I have been on therapy in the past, and at the moment I just don't feel as though I need to go and be put on medication. I'm not slating anybody that's on medication. I always say you do you. You do what's best for you as an individual, because everybody's mental health journey is their journey. I'm just saying this is all coming from my perspective on what I went through, and I don't think anybody can take that away from you. But a big chunk of my life I have been let down by a lot of people, and because of that I withdraw in. I remember that me and Steve did a Q&A only, I think it was last week, And one of the questions was, you know, how are you coping with the rule of 6? And I cope with it pretty well because I don't want to put myself out there in a way that I don't let myself trust people very well. When you've been let down by family members, you find it very hard to then trust friends. Even with some friends, I have been let down. I go into myself, I withdraw, I don't want to go out. I find it very hard to even just get out of bed. I know Steve has mentioned it before. I'm just going to go through what I've been through. I don't eat. So I have Steve constantly going, you need to eat something, or he'll just go downstairs, make something, and he'll bring it up and he's like, I thought you would like this. Just so for his satisfaction, I eat something. Like I said, this is my journey. This is what I go through. I want to be transparent. But I think it needs to be said, and obviously through Mental Health Month, it's something nice to put out there, I think, as well, to somebody to say, I'm going through that right now, I've been through that, and can empathise with what I go through. Like I said, I was sexually abused as a child. Probably wasn't helped the way I should through that situation. I then have had situations with my parents, especially my father. We had a very distraught relationship, not physically but emotionally. My father wasn't there for me. He can't defend himself right now because he's passed away. Because as you can see as well, I have done no makeup. I want this to be raw, and normally on Dolly's Digest I have a little bit of a rant, and then I've done a full face of makeup, and at the end I'll do a video of how I did that makeup. I don't want to do that this month. I want this to be raw. I want this to be how it is, and I'm sat here even the day before Dolly's Digest is meant to go up because I postponed doing this video so much. Like I said, I've been married twice, and on both of those marriages I have been somewhat abused. If it's not been physically, it's been emotionally, it's been mentally, and it's not very nice. It's not very nice to do that to somebody, because it leaves a mark, and not just a physical mark either. It leaves a mental mark that stays with you for the rest of your life. When you put your hands around somebody's neck, it leaves a mark. When you throw items at somebody, it leaves a mark. It leaves a lasting mark. When you hit somebody, even though it leaves a physical mark, there is also a mental mark. When you say something to somebody, whether it's you think it's in joking, or whether you think you're having a fit of rage and you say something, it leaves a mark. I'm just going to give you one example, and this person out there, and I'm not going to name who said this, who did this, but I was on a park playing with my niece, and I was rolling down a hill with my niece, and one of my husbands, so both of them, you know who did it, but my husband stood on the other side of the park on another hill, and as I stopped rolling down the hill, I stood up and watched my husband pretend that the earth was shaking. That left a mark. That is mental torture to someone that he knows has also had an eating disorder. So that leaves a lasting impression. They always say sticks and stones may break your bones, but words doesn't kill you. Yeah, they can. They stay with you forever, and they can kill. I'm hoping we're at the age now where people understand that it's not just physical violence that causes damage. You know, kids are killing themselves because they were bullied. I was bullied at school. I was tormented. According to my friends at school, and again, if you're watching, you know who you are, used to call me Miss Piggy at school because of my nose. I don't know if you can see, my nose sticks up a little bit. And when you're sat at a table eating sausages for your lunch and you've got kids sat there going, look Dolly, we're eating your mum, look Dolly, we're eating your dad. I was tormented at comprehensive school. I used to have very long hair, and my mum was very strict on the fact that my hair had to be in plaits so that I didn't catch head lice, because my hair was so long and so thick. To detangle or de-knit my hair, it took a long time, and they would just come up and pull the plait out of my hair. I know it sounds trivia, but you know, this is bullying. And I was bullied from the age of 7 to when I left school. I was bullied. I had Tipp-Ex thrown in my hair once, name calling, fatty. You know, this leaves an everlasting mark. I hope you know who you are, because this is what you've contributed to. I remember Steve once sitting there saying, it's not even nice on his situation, because he's the one that's coping with the aftermath of what everybody's done. As I said, I've been let down by siblings. It's not been nice, and this all goes into then your mental health. I will say I do draw strength from my boys. I do draw strength from Steve. And I actually do draw strength from my mum, even though I feel as in some aspects I've been let down by both my parents, and I would say even my step-parent. We have spoken, me and my mum, we are close, and I have told her the things that I feel, and she understands them. She knows about this video, and she told me to go for it, do it. If it makes you feel as though you're releasing something, you're letting something off your shoulders, then do it. I'm behind you, which she has always been. But my mum was also an abuse victim. At the age of three, me, my mum and my brothers were put into a refuge because of the abuse that my dad inflicted on my mum for 14 years. And she built herself up from having nothing to buying her own home, working as a single parent. And, you know, I always sit there and think, if anybody had the right to drink a bottle or put a needle in her arm, it would have been that woman, and she never did. Like I said, I do have bad days. I just want to retreat. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. And those days are hard. They really are hard, to find the muster just to get out of bed, to find the muster of to talk to somebody, to interact with the world. I find it really difficult. The only problem is that I don't feel as though many people understand, especially this is my circle. I'm just going to say that, because I'm normally happy-go-lucky, and I've had it on my videos, or you're so bubbly, you're always so happy, but that's not every day. And then when I do have a low moment, people sit there and go, what's the matter with her? Why is she like that? And it's like, because I'm having a low day, you know. But as again, I don't feel as though I get the support that's warranted. That's a bad situation, but that's it. That's how it is. I've had situations with the boys where I've reached out for support, and I've been let down by medical professionals concerning the boys. So I've had to deal with those situations on my own. Even when I was married, and again this person knows, when I reached out, when Joe was diagnosed when he was 4, so obviously I'd already had 2 children diagnosed with or on the autistic spectrum. When I reached out to my husband and said that Joe had been diagnosed, I got, you'll be alright. That's not support. That's not support whatsoever. That's not mental support for the person that you claim to love and, you know, that needs a helping hand. Like I said, I've had friends that have let me down. I reach out to friends. I sat there and said again on my Q&A that I'm very particular when it comes to having friends, because I feel as though I'm always the runner. I've had friends out there that I'll constantly reach out to, constantly ask if, do you want me to come round? Do you want to talk? Last minute I'm always let down, and yet there's no return. There's no knock on my door. There's no text message saying, how are you? And to me, I don't need people like that in my life, so I turn off. And maybe these people know who they are. To be honest, at the age of 41, I don't care if you know if you have got a problem. I don't care anymore, because I've come to the realisation that I have to look after me, and not only just for me, but for my 3 boys who still at the age of 18, 20 and 22 need me. Not of a case of they want me around because I'm mum, but they need me for support, for every support you can think of when you've got adults living with you that have got learning disabilities. Steve still needs me. So yeah, I have now at the age of 41 kind of excluded those that don't help me, that don't support me, because I need support, I need help. And I think that's a big thing when you're suffering with mental health. Surround yourself, just my opinion, don't shoot me, surround yourself with those that are going to support. Know your support system. Know the ones that are going to be behind you 100%, not 80, not 90, because when you are suffering with mental health, you need that behind you, because there are days that you're going to need somebody just to go, are you okay? And if you haven't got that, if you've always got a friend that draws from you, that you can sit there and say, I'm having a bad time, and they go, yeah, but I had, and it's not about what they had. You've just reached out to somebody, and you don't need somebody to flip it onto themselves. You need somebody to go, okay, I'm here and I'm listening. The one thing I am going to do is in the description box below this video, I will put links of different charities and phone numbers that you can ring if you are suffering with mental health and you are on your own. Like I said, I suffer with mental health, depression, bullying, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse. I've suffered. I try and wake up every day with a positive thought that I love my boys, I love my home, I love my relationship, and that's what keeps me strong. Find a good thing. Find a good thing that you like doing. I know at the moment with COVID that everything that's going off in the world, in the UK, it is so hard. But find that good one thing, because you are valued. You know, I am valued, I am loved, and you are loved, you are valued. Someone does think nice thoughts about you, and sometimes people do need to hear that I'm thinking about you. I love you. If nobody else says that to you today, I love you, because sometimes that's all you need to hear as well. Not many people do, and that's an upsetting thing. You know, I get to hear that from my boys, I get to hear that from Steve. You know, please talk to somebody. If you're feeling low, if you're feeling not so good, talk to somebody. That helps. I think this helps for me. Maybe video yourself, and even though you maybe never want to watch it back, you're getting it off your chest, you're getting it out there, and it's not stored up in here, because sometimes in here can be the worst place in the world when you're just sat with your thoughts. Like I said, it's not the normal video that I've put out there. there is only going to be one video this week, and this is it, in celebration of Mental Health Month. Everything will be back to normal as next week, so there may be Dolly's reviews or Dolly's dailies, the vlogs will be back up, but I think just for this week there needs to be some kind of awe for mental health. And please, if you see somebody that just wants an ear, just listen. We're not probably sitting there asking you to fix something. We're probably just asking, just hear me and just say, I'm here. Maybe sometimes that's what they need. They don't need somebody to fix them. I was reading something the other day, and it's a case of where when you've got somebody that's suffering with mental health, you speak to somebody, then they automatically assume that you've got to be where they are. You know, think like me. This is how I did it. This is how I perceived it. And it's like, but that's not, I'm not you. I'm me. And this is my journey. And this is why the description of this video is my mental health journey. Because we all go through different mental health journeys. We all go through different journeys in life, full stop. Two people can look at a rainbow and see it completely differently. And that's how life is. That's how mental health a journey is. So when somebody's talking to you and you can see they may be suffering a little bit or just going through a little bit of pain, don't refer it back to you on what you've been through. Listen and go, I'm so sorry. I'm here if you ever want to talk. And maybe offer a service, you know, that to somebody professional that maybe could help. Instead of going, well, this is what I did, this is what helped me. I'm putting this out there because maybe it's another way of getting things off my chest, of helping me at the age of 41. I'll try anything once, and like my mum said, go for it. You never know. You never know. This might make me feel a whole lot better that I've got issues with people that now maybe know how much they hurt me, how much they've put me through, and they go, wow, I didn't realise that. But I've probably spoken about it in the past, but because I don't know whether they had blinkers on and really didn't want to listen, or they were too wrapped up in themselves, I don't know. So maybe this will help. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it's so sombre, but mental health isn't roses round the door and a white picket fence. I wish it was. So yeah, this is my mental health journey. The things that I've been through, the things that I've had to go through, and I'm hoping that I become a better person through this. I'm hoping somebody looks at this and goes, wow, she's been through that, and maybe I can, you know, see the light at the end of a tunnel. And sometimes that's all you just want to see, is a little light at the end of a tunnel. It is hard. It really is hard. But again, thank you for watching. And like I said, in the description box I will leave a little box on just mental health numbers, Samaritans, those that you can call if you just want to talk to somebody. And I love you.